Trojan Felly, what's up, man? USCJ here. It's the top of the morning. Listen, I hope everybody is getting ready to get up, get out, and make some things happen this morning. Listen, USC did it again. They made a splash hire, and it's coming from a coach. They call him Coach Dog. Coach Dog coming from the University of Tennessee. We'll talk about him a little bit. Also, I want to talk about real briefly the top 10 quarterbacks. This is a loss in the sauce list. I have no idea what they're looking at. And oddly enough, they don't even have Miller Moss, this 24/7 sports list. They don't even have Miller Moss in the top 25. That's crazy. But we'll talk about that. But I want to talk about this. I want to react to this Nick Saban comments yesterday. If you guys haven't seen it, you're about to find out right now, because this is the most absurd thing that I've ever heard in my life. You guys already know one of the things that I talk about, he pretty much admitted it in this interview. Well, actually, he was at Congress. Making a statement, and I guess they're trying to put some changes. Why is Congress wasting their time trying to implement changes? There are other things, important things in this world I think they could be solving problem-wise. I can go into a number of those, but I'm not going to get into that. But listen, I mean, to be at Congress talking about this and listen to this statement, and you guys know last year, it's going on 2 years now. Well, probably about a year and a half. When I talked about Nick Saban, when he first started talking about Jimbo Fisher, he's talked about Deion Sanders. He talked about several different guys as it relates to NIL. And I told you guys, that it's going to be on an even playing field now. No more under the table. And I always told you guys this. I brought up the story talking about Fred Taylor, how he went to Florida, but he went to Georgia on a recruiting trip, and he admitted to taking $50,000. The brown bag handshake. We talked about how the brown bag handshake wouldn't even exist anymore once the NIL situation gets popping off and gets kicked off. And now that it got kicked off, I told you that guys like Nick Saban, it would essentially drive him out, in which it really did. And he talked about how he did no longer basically had the desire. This is not verbatim. You get ready to hear it. Listen to a little bit of this, and we'll talk about this real quick. And this is hypocrisy, I believe, on the biggest level. And let's take a listen to this.
About helping people be more successful in life. My wife even said to me, we'd have all the recruits over on Sunday with their parents for breakfast. And she would always meet with the mothers and talk about how she was going to help and impact their sons and how they would be well taken care of. And she came to me, like right before I retired, and said, why are we doing this? And I said, what do you mean? She said, all they care about is how much you're going to pay them. They don't care about how you're going to develop them, which is all what we've always done. So why are we doing this? So, to me, that was sort of a red alert that we really are creating a circumstance here that is not beneficial to the development of young people.
Okay, listen, let me get to this part real quick. And to say that all they care about is how we pay them. Listen, what about what you care about? What about how you coached and you went from different levels at coaching and you got money. You were at Michigan State, you went to LSU, you got money. You left, went to the Dolphins. You didn't like it there. You switched up and came back to Alabama and you got money. To me, I understand. Let's put some regulations in place. I'm with that. I'm for that. But at the same time, these kids are the reason you getting paid the way you are. You got paid. These kids are the reason why you're one of the greatest coaches, because it's this type of talent that you were able to accumulate. And by the way, I had a son that had a friend, and I'm not going to get into any names. He played at Alabama, but I'm going to just leave it right there. And listen, I know what took place at Alabama. I know what takes place at schools, the brown bag handshakes. And as I stated, Fred Taylor, he admitted it as well. And so my thing is this. It's hypocrisy on the biggest level, because you couldn't get it your way, because the playing field essentially became even, because everything was now a level playing field. And now you want to go to Congress, even after you retired. To me, it's just like sour grapes, man. I mean, come on. Let's just keep it 100. Let's keep it real about this. Everybody is doing the same thing now. And at least it's more so out in the open opposed to what it was, because at the end of the day, you guys know what happened to USC football. You know what happened to Reggie Bush, and then that's another hypocrisy that even goes along. We could couple that with this: is that Reggie can't get his Heisman back now that all this other stuff has taken place, and now that they're getting. So look, you know what? I don't even want to hear. I don't even want to hear it, because at the end of the day, and this is no disrespect. It's no disrespect to a coach like Nick Saban. I got big respect for him, what he's able to do. But you're only as good as the players you get, and you get the players because not only because you're a good developer, because you didn't just care about the development. You can't nobody can make me believe that you wanted to win. You're in coaching to win. If that's the case, you talk about putting things in place. There were several cases where I saw Alabama players get in trouble, but I didn't see any type of rehabilitation type programs, or you even had that in structure, structure in place to really even present to them, when they came in school. I've never read about anything like that. So look, man, I mean, let's just keep it all the way 100, man. Everybody right now is pretty much on a level playing field. The NCAA suspended all the other stuff right now. And look, if USC doesn't come up to par, listen, it will be on us. So what? But at the end of the day, I'm not about to sit here and get mad at other schools because they're stepping up, doing what they got to do, especially when rules are suspended right now. But to get up there in Congress and to make these statements when we know exactly what took place. Now, you might not have been the one that was giving them, but we know what boosters do. We know the handshakes that they get when these guys come on recruiting trips. We know how it works. Let's just keep it real. That's my spiel about Nick Saban and the statements that he made at Congress, man. I just think I feel some type of way about it. And it's crazy, man. You guys drop those comments. You guys can tell me what you think. Now, USC got a new coach. This is Coach Dog, man. And I'm telling you right now, I just think this is a big time hire. His first name is Aaron. I don't want to butcher his last name, but they call him Coach Dog. And you see him there. I kind of put him in the same category as somebody like a Gavin. When you see Gavin taking pictures, Gavin Morris, when you see him taking pictures with all the recruits, you see him there, man. Coach Dog. He's the big guy right there, man. He played offensive tackle and he played a little defensive tackle at Utah. He's from the state of Utah. USC was able to secure him. I believe he's coming to be a recruiting. I believe it's a recruiting analyst or some type of analyst. I didn't get any specifics as to exactly what it is, but he put it up on Twitter yesterday. Just really thanking the Tennessee Nation and just really saying that he's moving on to the next chapter. He's coming over to USC. So I'm projecting maybe possibly some type of analyst from a recruiting standpoint. And USC, just so you guys know, from a recruiting standpoint, and you see him there with Nico, from a recruiting standpoint and analyst standpoint, they've hired several individuals on staff, and it's straight up, I'm telling you, it's straight up go time. Lincoln Riley has officially surrounded himself around the best possible staff that you can get, man. I don't think, Lincoln Riley, he really meant what he meant by adding these individuals to the staff, man. And so now USC's in a situation to where now the support staff includes, you guys know, new director of recruiting operations, Savannah Rear just came, I think it was last week. And then you had a Oklahoma walk-on who came in, Spence Jones. I think that was a couple weeks ago as well. And so now you got several different, Skylar came, and then the other defensive tackle, Skylar Jones, he came from defensive tackle coach, analyst. He came from Oregon. And so you got multiple people now that are here. This is the newest one. And I think USC absolutely got themselves a winner. And when you're talking about the Polynesian pipeline, I think he's really going to help support that. And I think that's, it's going to be straight up go time. I think he's recruiting a big time offensive tackle from Bishop Gorman. I was going to say modern day, but Bishop Gorman. So that is really, really speaking to our favor. And I think it's going to be straight up go time, man. So you guys can drop those comments. What are your new thoughts on Coach Dog? Now we got dog work. We got dog work for Coach Henderson, and now we got Coach Dog. Everybody's going to be getting dog, man, when they come to USC, when they play at USC, because at the end of the day, USC has now put together one of the best staff that money can literally buy. You guys drop those comments. Hit me in the comments. Tell me what you think. Let me get to this real quick. This is the top 10 quarterbacks. I'm just going through the top 10. I really don't even. It really makes me sick to my stomach just to see this, the respect that they give to certain programs. But I'll read it, man. It has Carson Beck at number 1. You see the picture of Jackson Dart there. Then it has Shedeur Sanders, number 2. Quinn Ewers at number 3. Jackson Dart at number 4. I would argue that Jackson Dart could be number 1. I'm sorry. Noah Fida at number 5 from Arizona. Then Dylan Gabriel at number 6. Drew Allaire at number 7. I don't get this at all. This is Alabama quarterback Jalen Milroe at number 8. I mean, like, what phenomenal numbers did he put up? I mean, I don't know. Then number 9 is Cam Ward. Cam Ward put up a lot of numbers. I think he was better than Jalen Milroe. Then they got Cam Rising at number 10. I'm not even gonna go through the whole top 25 list because at the end of the day, that is the most lost in the sauce list that I have seen. But you know what? Hey, let's just keep it right where it's at. They're gonna be shocked with Miller Moss. And if you look at that top 25, you guys would be absolutely just shocked that Miller Moss is not even on that list compared to some other. They got guys that hadn't even started a college game, and they got those guys on there. So you guys can drop those comments in the comment section. Those are the top 10 quarterbacks according to 24/7 Sports, man. I'm out of here, man. Let me know what you guys think. And listen, there are some that said, you guys know I've been doing these videos about the quarterback battle, about the different battles that are getting ready to take place as of next week, the 19th. I did one about the quarterback, did it about the running backs. I did yesterday about the tight end. Somebody asked me to do one about the linebackers. That one is coming next, but I wanted to address this Nick Saban stuff, and I want to address this new coach. So that one will probably be coming up Thursday. So look, man, until later on, listen, everybody stay blessed. Don't forget, make sure you get up, get out, and make some things happen until later on. Fight on, fight on, fight on.